All right, I'll admit it. I'm a hater. But I'm not a hater by choice, guys. When I heard about Mashle as it started airing, it piqued my interest a bit. I saw some clips here and there, and I thought that it could be a pretty entertaining watch. I didn't think it'd be the next Full Metal or anything, but so long as I could get a good laugh in here and there, I wouldn't really mind if the story was whatever. So now that season 2 is starting and everyone is playing the new intro, I decided to sit down and give season 1 a shot. I didn't like it. Mashle is a uniquely frustrating watch. I think the concept of the series could be entertaining. It's One Punch Man x Black Clover x Harry Potter. What isn't there to like about it? A fucking lot, apparently. Before we get to the characters or my issues with the show, I'm gonna give you guys a quick recap. In this world, everyone is born with lines on their face. These lines represent how strong someone is with magic. So 1 line is the average, 2 lines makes you pretty strong, and 3 lines makes you borderline unstoppable. But our main character, Mash, has no lines at all, so he can't use magic. To compensate for this, Mash has devoted his life to training his muscles. Now he's going to literally just Hogwarts and wants to become the magic valedictorian or whatever. Hijinks ensue. And that is the entire show. I realize I should probably go into a little more detail, and the best way to do that is to talk about the characters. The characters are many things, none of which are good. So during the entrance exams, Mash groups up with this girl Lemon, who slows him down during the tests. It's revealed later in the episode that a teacher put her up to it because he didn't like that Mash, a commoner, was gonna make it into the school. So Mash leaves her and she's immediately attacked by a fucking sphinx? Mash comes back to save her and she falls in love with him, and that is her entire character. Now, an obsessed girl side character is nothing new. I've watched SAO, Naruto, 7 Deadly Shits, JoJo's, Psyche K. This shit is just about everywhere. Lemon literally has no character outside this shit, and the writers just assume the audience can recognize the trope, so they just don't characterize her. This is it! They don't even really put in the legwork to develop her infatuation with Mash. She's in episode 2, and then she doesn't make another appearance until like episode 5 or 6, and she's already pestering Mash about marriage. Girl, you don't know him. I'm certain that the writer for the series added her because other shows with overpowered protagonists have characters like her. Those characters aren't good solely because of this dynamic. For a point of comparison, imagine the writer saw, I don't know, this character from Psyche K who has a weird trait, like he has a crush on his sister or something, and just staple that onto a character without understanding anything about them. Oh, wait, this is Lance. Lance is the closest thing Mash has to a rival. Lance, legitimately, says out loud to another person that he has a sister complex. For anyone who doesn't know what this is, I envy you. Lance will, at the mere sight of a photo of his sister, bleed profusely from his nose and fly back into the wall. If you can't figure out why, then I'm not explaining it to you. My mom watches these videos sometimes, okay? I'm not getting into borderline Freudian shit with her in my audience. I'm already not a big fan of tropes like these, and just to be completely clear, I'm the #1 hater of this character. You could just have them be protective to a normal degree, or give them a dynamic that's more parental, since Lance is so much older than his child sister. But no, it's this bullshit. Weird. The frustrating part about this to me though is that they take this nigga who's literally a creep and a fucking villain and add him to the crew once Mash beats him. I don't want him on the team. He's a fucking pedophile. It's extra frustrating too because they try to give him moments where he's cold or where he like stomps someone in a fight. I don't care if he's cold, he's a pedophile. Since this character is ripped from Psyche K, let me explain why it works there. Terahashi Makoto is a siscon, and the writers of Psyche K use this trope the best I think I've ever seen because he's used once in a blue moon and the show will openly mock him for being a fucking weirdo. The sister doesn't like it, Psyche doesn't like it, Makoto's the only character that actually likes Makoto. On the other hand, everybody loves Lance. Not a fan. The other side characters aren't as flat as those two, but they're equally shit. Finn exists solely to commentate on the fights, and they only contribute to like 2 plot points in the entire season, even though they're in just about every episode. This character Dot is super fucking annoying, but he's also poorly written. His entire character is, I am the main character, and I don't mean that he has an inflated ego. I mean in almost every scene he says verbatim, I am the main character. I cannot express to you how quickly this gets annoying, and it just doesn't end. It isn't just the side characters though. Mash is literally impossibly stupid, and it makes his character so much less interesting. In every scenario, I can tell you exactly what he's gonna do, because it's always just the stupidest thing possible every time. Man, to get a gold coin, you need 5 silver coins, and Mash has 2 coins. Wouldn't it be funny if this high schooler couldn't do math for 5 minus 2? Motherfucker, I know he can do the math. He can count reps, can he? He can count weight, can he? Just put in a little more effort here, guys, please. Just for fun, before I watched the show, I looked at the promo art and tried to guess what each character would be. Here's what I thought. Mash would be quiet / nonchalant. Lance would be quiet but he's cold. Dot would be the one with the fire abilities. Lemon would be the girl. And Finn would be the bitch. And to be fair, I think I was dead on the money, cause Mash is quiet and stupid. Lance is quiet but he's a pedophile. Dot is the annoying one with the explosion abilities. Lemon, my script says skull emoji, and Finn is a bitch. If it makes you feel any better, while the characters are stupid, the writing is also terrible. The writers of the series won't ever let Mash and his friends actually lose an on-screen fight. Not due to them being human beings with thoughts and emotions that they use to create airtight plans and shit, but because the writers will literally just make shit up? Don't worry, I'll be sure to give you some context. Mash and Lance are in an owl barn cleaning when they're attacked by these two guys. One of them traps Mash in some water, where Mash says, "Hey, I can't swim," about a dozen times. Once the water guy turns into a shark, he follows Mash into the water dimension he got sucked into, where you find that Mash can just swim better than he thought he could. So Mash wins the fight. This is literally the least interesting way this fight could have been handled. For the first time in the series, we see Mash put in a situation where his raw strength can't hand him the win. If he can't swim, he'd essentially be dead in the water. But no, he can just swim. The entire show is like this. I want you to pick any character, but I'm gonna pretend you said Dot because he's my next example. Put them in an unwinnable situation, and the author will just hand him a free out. Like, it's actually fucking comical. So to get you up to speed, Lemon has been captured by this 3-liner from Slytherin, so it's up to the guys to get her back. Also, Finn is here to commentate on the fights for no reason. So Dot and Finn are in a fight with this 2-liner who's really fucking annoying. Her entire character is, "Do you think I'm cute? I'm talking like a little girl, so I must be cute and spoiled, and I'm daddy's little princess, hee 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 hee."
Okay, do you think I'm cute? Do ya? Come on, say it. You think I'm cute. You don't have to be shy about it.
She is one pushy girl. A normal dude would freak out and run for the hills.
Go on, say it. Say, love, you're so cute.
Shut the fuck up.
So she asks Dot if she's cute, and he says no. So for exactly one line in this entire show, she talks like a normal person.
I guess.
You can die.
So she beats the piss out of Dot, and just when it looks like he's about to lose, he unlocks his demon power. This is never set up. This is never mentioned. I'm willing to bet the author didn't think of this till 3 scenes before this. They recognize this because they then have the annoying girl essentially explain it to the audience by going, "Oh yeah, I've heard about this. This is a totally real and rare phenomena that anyone could recognize by sight when activated, but it's totally real, and it's totally been a thing this entire time." This power-up is not earned. This power-up's not explained. I wouldn't even say it looks that good, honestly. He looks like the dude from My Hero on Ash Wednesday. I could also go over the time Mash turned into a wooden doll only to break free of the spell because the guy pulled an unwrapped cream puff out of Mash's pocket, but I don't think explaining it could make it seem any more or less stupid than that sentence already did. Also, do you remember that annoying girl I brought up earlier? They had her show up in Mash's fight with said puppet guy for no purpose other than commentating on the fight.
Nobody even wants you here.
Let's look at the bigger picture though. A lot of people enjoy the show because they find it funny. Who wouldn't love a satirical take on a setting like Harry Potter? While I'd argue that the show also isn't very funny, that's subjective. Enjoy what you enjoy. Don't let me hating stop you. But good God, this series is the furthest thing from a satire. For Mashle to be a satire, it would have to take the tropes and themes of fantasy worlds like Harry Potter and have an original thought about them. Mashle doesn't do original though. To say that Mashle is inspired by Harry Potter and One Punch Man and the like is technically true, but saying that feels inhumanly disingenuous to those other series. Instead, I would say Mashle fucking plagiarizes these series and doesn't even try to hide it. Mashle steals just about everything, from its plot beats to its characters to its setting. Don't believe me? They literally just do Hogwarts, except instead of 4 houses, it's 3. Other than that, the houses are the exact same and are used in the exact same way. This is just Dumbledore, this is just Professor McGonagall, this is just the Sorting Hat, except it's a unicorn skeleton. This is literally just Draco Malfoy, except his bullying style is more like a K-drama. This is just Quidditch without the golden snitch. These are just mandrakes from Harry Potter. This is just Heido from Psyche K. This is literally just Koichi from JoJo's, except he does literally nothing of note for the entire first season. Lance is just every cold character in an anime ever, with a hint of the guy from Psyche K. Again though, he has literally none of the charisma of any of the characters he stole from, so he's just a pedophile who says something a middle schooler would think is cool every now and again. Trust me, I have plenty of more examples, but the worst case is easily MASH. It is so obvious that they wanted this guy gotta be Saitama 2.0. You know why One Punch Man's good? Well, firstly, the side characters are well written, but more relevant to my point is that early One Punch Man would never, ever, ever actually try to make the audience think Saitama's gonna lose a fight. Tonally, the stakes in One Punch Man come from the other characters fighting and risking their lives while we wait for Saitama to show up. The question is never, is Saitama gonna win? But it's almost always, will Saitama make it in time to save the others? This show treats itself more like a standard shonen like Black Clover than anything else. Characters like Saitama and Mash just don't fit in that kind of story. That's why Asta isn't like these motherfuckers, despite how technically similar he is to Mash. Mash is not Saitama though, and he isn't Asta either. He's just bland. Earlier in the video, I said that season 2 is coming out right now, and yes, the new intro is good, but I can't imagine wanting to watch the second season for any reason other than sunk cost. The series is only as deep as its premise, and what if One Punch Man but Harry Potter definitely sits at the shallow end of the pool. If watching a series that just recycles other authors' original ideas and points at them while begging you to laugh is funny enough for you, that's fine. I don't want to take away from something that you enjoy, but personally, I think I'm gonna keep being a hater for now. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you like and share it, and obviously subscribe. If you want to see me talk about an anime that everyone hates, I just released a 2.5-hour video on 7 Deadly Sins. Go check that out. Also comment below, have you seen Mashle? Are my takes valid? Am I gonna get fucking cooked in this comment section? And with all that being said, I'm Knightley. You've been absolutely incredible. I'll see you relatively soon. Peace.